Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, December 22nd, 2014, around 8:13 in the evening in Belleville, Massachusetts. It's a little bit wet out, and tonight's going to go down in the mid-30s, some sprinkles, or freezing rain in the Worcester Hills and Madnock Region. Tomorrow's supposed to be on and off rain showers, highs in the 40s, and Wednesday, it's going to be torrential rain. It's going to be monsoon rain and highs close to 60 on Wednesday. And Thursday, it's going to be early showers for Christmas, then temperatures 55. It's going to be a kind of a wet and wild and mild Christmas. No white Christmas in southern New England or up to the lakes regions in New Hampshire. Some news to report: the San Diego Padres are now after pitcher Cole Hamels of the Philadelphia Phillies. The Padres are making moves like crazy, and if they get Cole Hamels, they're going to be the odds-on favorite to win the World Series in 2015, in my opinion. Also, if the Denver Broncos win tonight, then the Patriots-Bills game will move to 4:25 p.m. this Sunday on CBS. I wonder if Jim Nantz and Phil Simms are going to call that game. And one more thing before I do my final video blog of the night. Read this book, Yes Please, by Amy Powell, the actress, comedian, stars of Park and Recreation. She grew up in Burlington, Massachusetts. That's just one town over from Belleville, Massachusetts, okay? On to my third and final video blog subject of the night, my personality profile. My personality profile tonight's going to be about another one of the most famous sports superstars who played in Dallas. I'm talking about running back Emmitt Smith. He played the majority of his NFL career with the Cowboys. He played 13 seasons with the Cowboys and 2 with the Arizona Cardinals. Emmitt Smith holds the record for most rushing touchdowns in NFL history and most rushing yards. Emmitt was born and he grew up in Pensacola, Florida. And he played football and he ran track in high school. And when he was a high school football player, he set records. And I do mean records. He ran for 8,804 yards, 106 touchdowns, and 7.8 yards per carry. And 45 out of the 49 high school football games he played, he rushed for at least 100 yards. That was pretty amazing. And despite his small size, 5'9", a lot of big-time recruiters thought he would not be a good major college football player because he was a small size. But he was recruited by Florida Gators, and he played for the Florida Gators for 3 seasons. He was a 3-time All-SEC first team. He was an All-American running back in 1989, and he was the SEC MVP in 1989. And also in 1989, he finished 7th in the Heisman Trophy voting. Pretty amazing. He did not play for Florida his senior year. He entered the 1990 NFL draft, and he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the first round. He was number 17th overall pick in the 1990 NFL draft, and he was the next great big running back for the Dallas Cowboys, and he played 13 seasons with them, and he set all kinds of records with the Cowboys in rushing touchdowns. He was an 8-time Pro Bowler. 4 times he was a first-team All-Pro. 1 time he was a second-team All-Pro. 4 times he led the NFL in rushing touchdowns. That's pretty amazing. 3 times he played on a Super Bowl winning team, 1992, 1993, and 1995. Emmitt Smith was on the Super Bowl winning team with the Cowboys, and he also won the Super Bowl MVP 1 year, and twice he was the NFL MVP He was one of the best running backs of all time. He had a great style. Every time he would carry the ball, he would at least carry on average 6 to 7 yards per game, which is pretty amazing. And Emmitt Smith was a great rusher and stuff like that. He was probably one of the most famous Cowboys players of all time. He and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin were like the cornerstones of the 1990s version of the Cowboys dynasty, which was pretty amazing. It's probably one of the best dynasties in NFL history. And even though after the dynasty ended for the Cowboys, Emmitt Smith was continuing to do very good in rushing and stuff like that. He became the all-time leading rusher in NFL history in 2002. But due to salary cap reasons, plus the aging of Emmitt Smith, plus the declining of the Cowboys cut him after the 2002 NFL season. He played 2 seasons more with the Cardinals. He did some decent stats for them when he played for them 2 years, but the Cardinals weren't a playoff quality team. They didn't qualify to playoffs in 2003 or 2004, and Emmitt Smith retired in 2004, and he holds the record for most 100-yard games in NFL history, 78. That's pretty good. He also holds the NFL career record for touchdown rushing with 164, and he holds the NFL career record for rushing yards with 18,355 yards. And when he retired, the Dallas Cowboys honored him in the Ring of Honor. The Dallas Cowboys do not retire anybody's number. They're one of the few teams that don't, which is, surprisingly, they don't do it. But I think sometimes I hear NFL teams are discouraged to retire numbers because they don't want to go into hundreds and stuff like that. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys do. They don't retire numbers, which, understandable. And Emmitt Smith was voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2010, first ballot Hall of Famer, and then he appeared on the reality show Dancing with the Stars 2 times, and he didn't win both of the times, but he did a pretty good showing and stuff with his dancing moves and stuff like that. And just to get his name out there, I rank Emmitt Smith as probably one of the best running backs of all time in NFL history. Great guy and stuff, and I told you, one of the cornerstones for the Dallas Cowboys dynasty in the 1990s. That's about it on Emmitt Smith, and that's about it on my video blogs for tonight. Hope you've been enjoying these. Facebook friends and YouTube followers, pumping out at least 3 a day, and I love doing them. It's like a hobby to me, and it's good to have a hobby. And tomorrow, what I'm going to do 3 more video blogs. The first video blog tomorrow I'm going to do is about the top 10 Detroit Tigers players of all time. And then the second video blog of the day, I'm going to do continuation of 2015 predictions. This time will be 10 predictions to see for the NFL. And the third and final video blog of the night will be the continuation of greatest Dallas sports athletes of all time. The one I'm going to do tomorrow is about Dallas Mavericks player and superstar Dirk Nowitzki. And don't forget, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, the blogs coming for the rest of the week will include the top 10 greatest Detroit Tigers pitchers of all time. Then Thursday, I'm going to be doing the top 10 greatest professional wrestling talk show segments of all time. Friday, I'm going to do the top 10 greatest WWE wrestlers who should have won the WWE World Title. Those are the top 10 lists. This weekend there won't be a top 10 list of the greatest things, everything that will be taken weekend off. But next week will be the top 10 greatest Chicago Cubs pitchers and players of all time, and the top 10 greatest Chicago White Sox players and pitchers of all time. I'm doing every major league team top 10 greatest pitchers and players of all time. And the personality profiles, maybe for next week, I'm going to probably be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to profile 4 professional wrestlers who are from French-Canadian descent. I'm going to be doing one about Pat Patterson and the model Rick Martel, Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin, and Jacques Rougeau, who's known as the Mountain. I am the Mountie. I'm handsome, I'm brave, I'm strong. I'm the Mountie, 'cause I enforce the law. You could try to run, but you could never hide, because I'm the Mountie. I always get my man. And that's about it. And don't forget, maybe soon Julie Broughton and Heidi Pratt definitely get video blogs. See you later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.